Well, hello there. Welcome to the channel. I believe I am live. I am just doing a quick recording here on StreamYard, the StreamYard app, to let you know about an announcement that just came across from the Criterion Collection from their website of an exciting and interesting new box set that is going to be coming out as part of Criterion's June 2023 lineup. And it is the Pasolini 101 box set. Now, I will confess, this is a filmmaker that I don't have a lot of familiarity with. I know he's an Italian filmmaker. I've seen a particular title of his that I'll get to in just a moment that I see in every Barnes and Noble sale. And I think to myself, do I want to pick this title up or not? But we'll talk about that. But this is a really interesting looking set. It's on the Criterion Collection website. Let's go to it right now. Now, we should be getting from the Criterion Collection their announcement of their June 2023 titles here very soon. So that should be coming up probably either Wednesday, March the 15th, or Thursday, March the 16th this coming week. So be on the lookout for that. We plan to do a live stream where we'll cover those titles that are announced for June. Part of that coverage will be this particular set here. So we're getting a little bit of a sneak peek into what's coming for June 2023 from the Criterion Collection. This is Pasolini 101, 9 films. It's actually a 9 film set. Pre-order now. So click that and you go to the Criterion page here that shows Pasolini 101. And I'll just take a look at the description here. It's one of the most original and controversial thinkers of the 20th century. Italian polymath Pier Paolo Pasolini embodied a multitude of often seemingly contradictory ideologies and identities, and he expressed them all in his provocative, lyrical, and indelible films. Relentlessly concerned with society's downtrodden and marginalized, he elevated pimps, hustlers, sex workers, and vagabonds to the realm of saints while depicting actual saints with a radical earthiness. Okay. Traversing the sacred and the profane, the ancient and the modern, the mythic and the personal, the 9 uncompromising, often scandal inciting features he made in the 1960s still stand on this, the 101st anniversary of his birth, as a monument to his daring vision of cinema as a resistance, as a form of resistance. So, very interesting. This, of course, is the interesting looking set. So you see, this is the box that it comes in. You see it's in this like nice book portfolio type of a setup. This looks similar to the complete films of Agnes Varda, the way that set is set up, where you have this nice folio type book. So that appears to be the format that we're getting here. And if I count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you get 9 discs, it would appear in this set. It's a Blu-ray set, it's 9 discs. It MSRP of $249.95, but it's on sale on the Criterion site for $199.96, and it is currently available for pre-order. It's coming available June 27th, 2023. Now, it's available for pre-order on the Criterion site, but of course, the timing with it coming out on June 27th, 2023, that's getting pretty close to what we would expect to be a July 50% off sale at Barnes and Noble. So if that actually happens, you might want to wait a little bit, before picking this one up. But that will certainly be my plan. Now, the thing I have to decide is whether or not I'm going to pick this up in the July sale. And I probably will be, but we will have to see. But this is a filmmaker I don't have a lot of familiarity with. I'll show you this first film here that he's listed under. And this is the title that I see every time I go to Barnes and Noble for the sale. Is this title here from Pier Paolo Pasolini, Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom. This is the 1976 film, Italian film. And I can never quite bring myself to buy this movie. It is an infamous, title. Of course, this film here, Teorama from Pier Paolo Pasolini, is a film I have not picked up. This film stars General Zod, Terrence Stamp, in this film from 1968 from Italy. This film is included in that 9 film set that is coming out in June. So one of those films is Accattone, and so that is one of the films. And in this case, this is his very first feature, and it's pretty controversial because he used Catholic iconography and liturgical music to render a plaintive, brutally beautiful portrait of a shiftless Roman pimp and thief whose life of petty crime turns increasingly desperate when the woman who supports him is imprisoned. So interesting. So, this is a title that I am not familiar with. I honestly have not seen any of these films, but this is one of those opportunities that I note with Criterion for discovery. I discovered a lot of filmmakers through watching these Criterion releases, and this is one of those titles that I've got to think about whether or not I'm going to dive into. Now, I've had good experiences so far with blind buys from Criterion, like the complete films of Agnes Varda, the essential Federico Fellini set that came out a few years ago, the Ingmar Bergman set. Pretty much in every case, I have really had a great experience with these blind buys. And so I'm strongly considering this Pier Pasolini set. Now, this is Accattone, his first feature from 1961. This whole set is coming in at spine 1182 in the Criterion Collection. You've got Mama Roma from 1962, Love Meetings from 1964, The Gospel According to Matthew coming out in 1964 as well. The Hawks and the Sparrows is a 1966 film. Oedipus Rex, 1967. And this particular film here is described as his powerfully iconoclastic take on Sophocles' tragedy blends eras and cultures to create a searing exploration of fate, free will, and the things we fear most in ourselves. So it says it's shot amid the stark elemental landscapes of the Moroccan desert and set in an indefinable ancient past. This bold reimagining casts the filmmaker's frequent collaborator, Franco Citi, as the eponymous foundling whose willful blindness to his own nature unleashes a cataclysmic reckoning. So interesting. So again, this is an opportunity for discovery, and I am ready to embrace it. This is the film from 1968, Teorama. Now, I think it looks like we're going to be getting a different cover for this in this set. It looks like it's going to look like this art here because each film, I believe, is going to get its own. It appears is going to have its own cover in this set, the way this is going to be packaged. So it'll be interesting to see how these films appear in this set. But I like the way this is presented here with this folio look, with this included booklet that we're seeing here, and so I think that's interesting. Teorama from 1968. We have Porcile from 1969, and we have Medea from 1969. So let's take a quick look at the what the feature includes. You get new 4K digital restorations of 7 films and 2K digital restorations of Teorama and Medea. We get a couple of shorts. We get 2 documentaries that Pasolini made during his travels. We get a new program on Pasolini's visual style as told through his personal writing. And this is interesting, narrated by actor Tilda Swinton and writer Rachel Kushner. We get audio commentaries on Accattone, his feature film debut, and Teorama, documentaries on Pasolini's life and career. So we're getting a number of documentaries, commentaries. So love to see that. And this is one of those sets that you really get to know a filmmaker. Now, I think the interesting thing to note about this is that this set is a series of his films from the 1960s. Of course, he went on to make other films in the 1970s. So those films are not included in here. So Salo is not included in this set. This includes films from the 1960s, including his feature film debut, Accattone. So it's just important to note that. And so, yeah, episode from 1966 of the French television program Synastis de Notre Temps. And yeah, trailers. We get interviews with filmmakers and scholars. And we get deluxe packaging, including a 100-page book. So that book that we see there in the picture is a 100-page book featuring essays and notes on the film by critics and what have you. So, overall, based on this picture, it looks like a very nice looking set. So I think I'm looking forward to this. It's just a matter of, when do I plan to pick this up? I'll probably consider picking this up as part of the July Barnes and Noble sale. But I'm gonna have to see what else is coming out in the month of June, what's coming out in July, and sort of make my list and figure out what titles I'm going to prioritize. So let me know in the comments section below, what is your excitement level for this Pasolini 101 set? Are you excited about it? Are you familiar with Pasolini's films? And if so, what are some of your favorite films from Pier Paolo Pasolini? And just let me know what your thoughts are on this upcoming set, what your overall excitement level from this set is on a scale of, say, 1 to 10. 10 being super excited, 1 being not so much. So let me know all that goodness in the comment section below, and be on the lookout for a more detailed look at Criterion's June 2023 titles when that announcement comes next week. So have a great weekend coming up, and we'll look to see you next time at the movies. Peace.